You know, for so many of us, the day just doesn't properly kick off until we've had that first cup of tea or coffee. But have you ever stopped to wonder what a 5,000-year-old system of medicine might have to say about this modern ritual of ours? Well, let's dive in and see what it's all about.
We're about to connect the dots between our daily caffeine fix and a truly ancient science of life. And it's pretty fascinating, right? How this ancient wisdom can shed a totally new light on something we do every single day. All right, let's just get right to it. The big question. It sounds a little wild, doesn't it? How could a practice from thousands of years ago possibly have anything relevant to say about your latte or your morning tea? Well, stick with me, because the answer might actually surprise you.
Okay, to even begin to answer that, we have to talk about Ayurveda. Now, before your mind jumps to complex treatments, I want you to just think about what the word literally means: the science of life. These ancient texts, like the Charaka Samhita you're seeing here, were basically massive journals of observation about the human body and how it interacts with everything in the world, including what we eat and drink.
So if we want to get what Ayurveda is saying about our coffee or tea, there's this one absolutely central idea we've got to get our heads around first. It's the foundation for, well, pretty much everything else. At its heart, the entire goal of Ayurveda is, well, it's balance. And it's really not about these super strict one-size-fits-all rules. It's all about understanding your own body, your individual constitution, which is kind of like your unique energetic blueprint, and then making choices that keep it all in harmony.
So how does Ayurveda actually map out that personal blueprint? It's through these three core energies, which are called doshas. You've got Vata, which is all about movement and air. Then there's Pitta, which governs metabolism and digestion. Just think fire. And finally, Kapha, which is related to structure and earth. The idea is that we all have a unique combination of these three, and that special mix is what makes you, you.
Okay, so here's the kicker. This is the really crucial part. The idea is that every single thing we consume, every food, every drink, has these specific qualities that can either calm those energies down or, stir them up. So if your natural constitution is already pretty fiery, eating a lot of heating foods could, well, throw you out of balance. The right food can be like medicine, and the wrong stuff can really throw a wrench in the works.
And this isn't just some vague philosophical idea. Oh no, this is where it gets super specific. You're looking at a text here that literally classifies chai, or tea, as something that increases pitta, that fiery metabolic energy we just talked about. This is the aha moment, right? It shows these ancient observers were making very practical notes about how these things actually affect the body. All right, so we've established that Ayurveda sees these drinks as having a real effect on our internal energy. So let's dig a little deeper and look at the specific profiles for both tea and coffee. What are they all about?
And look, it's probably no surprise to you that Ayurveda totally gets that both tea and coffee are powerful. The ancient texts actually called them cerebrospinal stimulants, which is basically a really old-school way of saying, hey, this stuff lights up your brain and your nervous system. They knew without a doubt that these drinks packed a serious punch.
And this chart, it just perfectly lays out that Ayurvedic idea of balance. It's never about good versus bad. You see, in moderation, coffee is a stimulant that can help with digestion and fight off fatigue. Tea can be soothing and even help you absorb nutrients better. But if you have too much, the sources are clear. Coffee can lead to things like heart palpitations and restlessness. Too much tea could bring on nausea or digestive trouble. See? It all comes down to the dose.
So if it's all about how much you have, you've got to wonder, right? Did these ancient texts give us any kind of user manual? Did they have any specific rules for how to drink tea and coffee to get the good stuff and avoid the bad? The answer is a big, loud yes. But before we get to the rules, you have to see this. It's a fantastic little historical detour. This is from a petition back in 1674. I mean, wow. This isn't a new debate at all. It just goes to show you people have been observing, and let's be honest, worrying about the powerful effects of coffee for a very long time. Okay, back to the Ayurvedic texts. And here it is, right from the source itself. This text lays out the main rules for drinking tea and coffee. This isn't some modern spin. These are guidelines that have been around for ages, all designed to help people enjoy the benefits without the pitfalls.
And what's so cool is how practical and, well, how familiar some of these rules sound. Rule 1, don't drink this stuff on an empty stomach. It's just considered too harsh. Rule 2, and this is an obvious one for most of us, stay away from it late at night. Rule 3 is interesting. It's great for the morning, but not the very first thing. Have something to eat first. And finally, a bit of personalized advice. If you know you have weaker digestion, you need to be extra careful with how much you drink.
Okay, so we've looked at the good, the bad, the rules. What's the big takeaway here? What's the main idea we should walk away with? Well, it's actually a pretty simple but really powerful concept.
It's really this. The goal here is not to slap a label on tea and coffee and call them good or bad. They're not some enemy you have to banish from your life. But they're not a magic bullet either. They're just powerful substances with their own unique nature.
And that, right there, is the real wisdom of this whole approach. Ayurveda gives you the framework to understand the qualities of what you're consuming. Is it heating things up? Is it stimulating? And then it asks you to turn that knowledge inward and ask, okay, what's my body like? Am I already fiery? Am I prone to feeling anxious? The whole point is to make a conscious, mindful choice that works for you.
So maybe the next time you go to make a cup, you'll think about it a little differently. Not just as a habit, but as an interaction with something potent. You can consider not just what it does for you in that moment, but what it's doing to your system as a whole. It's an ancient perspective that makes a modern ritual feel a lot more intentional. Thanks for watching.